Nobody says this out loud, but your wrists are never getting bigger. The joint won't grow. The bone won't grow. That thin spot where your watch sits stays exactly the size it is right now. Once puberty wraps up, that part of you is set in stone. No muscle hiding under there, no secret stretch, no magic protocol. Just bone and a little tissue. So explain something to me. Why do certain guys look like they've got thick, solid wrists when the actual joint is no bigger than yours? That is the whole game. Because what your eyes are really reading sits just above the wrist. That's where the illusion gets built. Your forearms. And here's what almost nobody clocks. When your forearms are thin and flat, your wrists look even skinnier than they really are. Picture a heavy truck rolling on bicycle tires. Something feels off, fragile, but grow the right muscle just above that joint and the whole picture shifts. Your arm reads as dense, full, heavier. Even your biceps look bigger and you never touch them. Same wrists, totally different red. Most people train forearms in a way that does almost nothing for this. They grab a dumbbell, crank some wrist curls, chase the burn, go home. Trouble is, that mostly hits the shallow surface stuff, not the deep muscle that packs thickness down near the wrist. So what actually works? Some researchers wired guys up and measured which muscles fire hardest across different movements. The exercises everyone defaults to barely registered. But one weird little motion, rotating your forearm like you're twisting a doorknob, lit one muscle up past 70%. A muscle almost nobody trains on purpose. It's called the pronator teres, and the fact you've never trained it directly is the exact reason your forearms look flat instead of full. Even the freaks know this. Devin Larratt, one of the best arm wrestlers alive, hammers his forearms nearly every day, sometimes twice. But not the way you picture it. He is not grinding into the floor. He picks specific jobs and trains those. Grip, rotation, finger strength. That is the whole gap between him and the guy doing wrist curls once a week. So instead of burning time on stuff outdated 20 years ago, I pulled 3 moves that change how your wrists look. They come from climbers, arm wrestlers, and old-timers who lifted before phones existed. And the first one looks almost too easy. Right up until you try to hold it for 20 seconds and your fingers quietly betray you. Who walks around with the most absurd forearms on the planet? Not bodybuilders, not powerlifters, rock climbers. Their forearms are thick the whole way down, right into the wrist. They hang off tiny edges for hours, gripping, holding on when everything in them wants to let go. When scientists looked inside a climber's forearm to see what fires, one muscle jumped out, the flexor digitorum profundus, buried deep in your arm. Its only job is your fingertips, not your palm, not your wrist. And when a climber crimps, gripping with just the fingertips, that muscle fires near its full ceiling. Now catch this. That deep muscle runs all the way down toward your wrist. So when it grows, it adds beef exactly where you want it. Not up by the elbow where nobody looks. Right where the wrist starts. So how do you build it? You don't need a cliff. You just need a bar. And you need to stop grabbing it the way everybody else does. Instead of wrapping your whole hand around it, you bend the fingers at the first knuckle and load only the fingertips. That is your crimp. Now hang. Don't pull, don't swing, just hang there and let it cook. And your fingers start trembling first. Then your forearms flood, and your grip was never as strong as you thought. One warning, this is not the place for your ego. Push too hard too soon and you will feel it in your tendons, and tendons are not something you gamble with. So scale it hard. Keep a foot lightly on the floor or loop a band under you for help. Start at 10 or 15 seconds. That's plenty. 3 or 4 sets. Hold 30 clean seconds before you even think about load. But here's the twist. Climbers build monster forearms from hanging, and they're still missing something. Because there is an old school method that looks completely stupid in a gym, yet it builds a thickness modern training skips right over. And the second you try it, you will get why almost nobody sticks with it. Walk into any gym and try this. Grab a barbell, stand with your back to it, then lift it from behind you. Instantly looks wrong, right? Everyone assumes you have no clue what you are doing. That reaction is exactly why it works. Because this position forces something ordinary wrist curls never touch. Think about the normal version. The bar just parks in your palm. You flex up, flex down, done. Nothing ever asks your fingers to work. And remember, the muscles that build thickness near the wrist are the deep finger ones. Now put that bar behind your body and watch. Gravity takes over and you physically cannot keep it sitting in your palm. It starts rolling, down, out, into your fingertips, every single rep. Now you've got no choice but to drag it back, finger by finger, pulling the weight into your palm before the wrist even joins in. That sequence, fingers first and wrist second, is where the whole thing pays off. Suddenly you're loading muscles you've ignored your entire lifting life. That is why the old-timers swore by it. No studies, no screens. They just watched what put size on. To run it, set a barbell around hip height. Reach behind, grab it a bit wider than shoulders, palms facing away. Stand tall, arms hanging behind you, elbows soft. Let the bar roll. Don't fight it. Let it slide into your fingertips until your forearms stretch. From there, close the fingers first, wrap the bar back into your palm, then curl the wrists up. Pause, squeeze, lower slow and let it roll back out. 3 sets of 12 to 15. And if that bar slips out of your hands, it is too heavy. Control, not bragging. Now it gets more interesting. You have hit grip and deep finger work, but there is one motion almost nobody trains, and it builds that thick, meaty ridge on the inside of your forearm, the kind you see on arm wrestlers. Look at a real one for a second. Forget the biceps and shoulders. Look just under the elbow, on the inside. That dense slab did not show up by accident, and it comes from one job hardly anyone trains on purpose: rotation, turning your palm toward the floor, like pouring water from a bottle. That move has a name, pronation, and the muscle behind it is that same pronator teres from the start. Miss it, and your forearms stay flat forever. Train it, and your arm gets depth, not just width, depth. Here is why it matters to your eyes. When that inner forearm fills out, it makes a taper, thick up near the elbow, narrowing toward the wrist. And that contrast is what makes your wrists look smaller in the good way. Not weak, not fragile, sharp, defined. EMG testing lights it up like crazy, yet nobody in the gym touches it, because it is not flashy or heavy or impressive to watch. It just works. So grab a light dumbbell. Light. I mean it. Sit down, rest your forearm on your thigh, let your wrist hang past your knee so it moves free. Start palm up. The dumbbell vertical. Slowly rotate your hand inward. Turn the palm down, go as far as it goes. At the bottom, pause. Feel that inner forearm clench. Then control it back up. Don't let gravity steal the work. 15 to 20 reps, 3 sets each arm. Same rule as always. If you cannot own the full rotation, it is too heavy. Drop it. This one gets built through precision, not brute force. Now look at what you have done. Grip, deep finger flexion, rotation. 3 separate jobs, all hitting the exact zone that changes how your wrists read. But here's where most people wreck it. They treat these like leg day. One savage session, destroy everything. Rest 3 days. That kills you here. Forearms are different. Small muscles, high endurance, built to work all day. You grip and carry things all day so they recover fast. That is why Larrett hits them nearly daily instead of once a week, but never to failure. Stay around 70 to 80%. Chase the pump and tension, not the wipeout, so you come back tomorrow, and the day after that, and the one after that, because this is a slow drip, not a single big hit. The guys with the thickest forearms did not earn them in one brutal session. They earned them by showing up over and over, keeping it light, keeping it clean, letting the volume stack quietly in the background. So 2 or 3 of these per session, tacked onto the end or dropped on an off day, just never right before heavy pulling or your grip is already gone.